What are some horrifying things to consider when thinking about aliens? Extremely unlikely, I know, but if aliens ever come to Earth it likely means they are a spacefaring and interstellar capable species with tech at least centuries, if not millennia, ahead of ours. In other words, if aliens are even remotely capable of traveling to our planet, we're pretty much outgunned hilariously. I would much rather be massively outgunned than to be just a bit outgunned. If even our most powerful nukes are nothing compared to their technology, then we're not a threat. If we pose a potential danger to them, there's an incentive to eliminate us. That's one of the reasons why the aliens in Battle, Los Angeles really creep me out. They're powerful and dangerous, but they're still low-tech enough that regular human soldiers can fight them in a conventional war, and that's why the aliens are so aggressively genocidal against humans and trying to wipe us out. They say it's for our water. Which is stupid, as it would be 10 times easier to go around the solar system and get ice from comets and asteroids than to take over a planet where they have a fighting chance. Then, if you win, invest in some good ass filters to get all the light out. Our microbes would either be harmless to their biology, or completely wipe them out. Fuck, Europa, a moon of Jupiter, has more water than Earth. And it doesn't have life, as far as we know. If there isn't life, any sane person would choose letting them hop, skip and jump over the solar system, getting water and building connections, than waging war. The problem with this is that any aliens would be alien. Likely unknowable to us. Think of it this way. Ants build cool things, we study ants and understand them. Ants are literally unable to understand us. We are the ants. It's possible that by the standards of these aliens we are not sentient beings to spare a thought for, just another thoughtless insect. You don't declare war on the field before you plow it, regardless of what lives there. This is what I always think about. Ants are incredibly intelligent. They farm. They have literal livestock they keep and care for. They build advanced structures that have things like dumps and ventilation shafts. When we want to study them, we pour molten metal down into their colonies and kill them all. When they are a minor inconvenience, we poison them and kill them all. It's very possible aliens would look at us just like that. They have literal livestock they keep and care for. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yep. Aphids. They literally raise and milk them. Yes, just the act of coming here suggests that they've harnessed a power source more powerful than what we currently have. And gravity works in their favor. If we launch missiles at them, those missiles will have to use a lot of fuel just to escape gravity, whereas they could literally drop large rocks on us and gravity will accelerate them to the point that they deliver devastating kinetic force when they hit the Earth. You should check out The Expanse. I have. There's also a John Ringo series of books that deals with aliens dropping rocks on us. Counterpoint, it is probably a lot easier to do small-scale interstellar transport than to conduct an interstellar war. Imagine if today, we suddenly discovered moonmen who were at say WW2 era technology, and we decided to attack and colonize them. The moonmen would have no way to counterattack Earth, and they would be amazed at our spacefaring technology. But we would struggle to wage a war on the moon. We biologically aren't designed to do combat on the moon. It would take immense amounts of resources for us to transport even modest amounts of modern weapons, and the capacity of the moonmen to destroy a bunch of extremely expensive equipment and the small number of astronauts we have the resources to send would make it not worth it. And that's for a satellite of our own planet. Imagine the resources required for interstellar travel. Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula L. Le Guin touches on this briefly. A person is trying to bring a new world into the interstellar fold. All races are ultimately humanoid, having been seeded by a progenitor race and are therefore cousins in a sense, and when the king of a powerful nation on this world is paranoid, this is a precursor to war. The ambassador points out that the resource cost of even a single ship is more than the material value of the civilization, and that the real point of joining the group is to trade knowledge and culture. Star Trek and Star Wars are fun and all, but with our current understanding of physics, by the time your ships even got to a target light years away, though some sort of FTL travel, the people who sent that weapon would be centuries or millennia dead. The scale of the universe does not lend itself well to warfare. That's my thought process too. I feel like we need to hide and listen and wait. Maybe there's a reason why it's dead silent out there. We need to discover them first, because if it comes down to Columbus and the Native Americans again, being Columbus is the only way to survival. That option is already blown. We have been screaming into the void with our radio, TV, radar, etc. for the last 125 years. The most identifiable signals we have ever sent have been from Cold War Arctic radar sites. From 100 light years away they will look like an invisible, irregular, intermittent pulsar is orbiting our star. THA signal has stopped broadcasting now, but it will continue to expand in a bubble of identifiable radio traffic 20 light years thick for at least another century before it attenuates. The signals have literally gone fuck all distance even within our galaxy though. And the further they go the more distorted they get. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. I think that any aliens that are capable of traveling light years to reach us have no interest in our resources. Agreed, totally. To play devil's advocate, however, I would also add the following: a big factor in their decision, whether or not the resources on Earth were plentiful enough to justify the trip, would be just how technologically advanced they were. If they were so advanced that they could travel faster than the speed of light or fold space-time or something, then it would come down to how badly they needed whatever resources and whether or not they could attain it elsewhere with less effort. Damn near anything on Earth except life itself and that which certain life creates, art for instance, is absolutely abundant elsewhere. Just about every element is out there in abundance. If aliens come to Earth, I would most likely believe it'll be for one of X things. Kill us, religion, belief in supremacy, etc. Adopt us, the intergalactic draft. More friends for space bingo. Study us, we are the zoo. A search for a cure to heat death. If you can dodge the laws of thermodynamics you can dodge a ball. We're so sorry. We can't protect you anymore. Now that's scary. That's a good movie, something original. Wait, this line is from a movie. No, I'm saying it should be. Now I really want to write a story out of it. Get moving on it. Summer 2021. Maybe we finally get a break from the virus. I'd watch the shit out of a blockbuster action movie in the theater when all of this is done. This premise seems pretty damn fun. The possibility of them already knowing about us but us not knowing about them. We have no idea if they know. They could be committing space espionage right now and we wouldn't know about it. To be fair, they don't really have to commit espionage. We are figuratively screaming into the void. Voyager 1 literally has data that maps where we live, lol. And nudes. We sent nude images of a male and female of our species along with directions to our home. I wouldn't be surprised if our first contact were a restraining order. First contact with advanced aliens comes in a message repurposed in English. Send more nudes PLS LOL. Show extraterrestrial bobs and vision. If our understanding of physics is correct, the fastest that any electromagnetic signal could travel is the speed of light. The closest star system that could have a planet capable of sustaining life, that we know of, is 16 Li away. So, in the astronomical chance that life exists in one of the closest star systems, they'd be viewing us in 2004. If the closest life was merely 10% the width of just our galaxy, they would be viewing Earth before civilization began. It's also entirely possible that a planet we will look at already has life on it but we can only see it before it evolved. Whoa. What if life is currently exploding all over the universe and 13.7-ish billion years is the average time for intelligence as capable of us to evolve everywhere? Yeah. This is what gets me. It's possible that they are fat single-cell organisms just loafing around. They're already here. Just like, chilling on our eyebrows and shit drinking mini space teenies. Cantina band music from Star Wars starts blaring from my eyebrows. The scariest thing to me is thinking that aliens want nothing to do with us. I don't get why everyone thinks that aliens would attack us immediately. It's one thing if we come into their territory, but if they stumble upon us, we're most likely safe. Them finding us would mean they are incredibly advanced. Anything they could get by attacking Earth they could get far easier by harvesting it from a different planet in our solar system. Unless they feed specifically on brainwaves, it isn't worth the hassle to attack a planet teeming with life. They may have some weapons, however primitive, that might be used against you. It's far more frightening to believe that aliens will one day discover us and won't be interested. They won't want us on their intergalactic councils, they won't want to give us medicine, they won't want to form any bond. If they decide to just leave humanity alone, that means either they have decided we are not worth saving, or that we are too close to destruction to be worth the resources. They're like that group of cool kids, and when humans find out about them, we try to contact and join them, but they just push us off as that annoying young kid. They'll even insult our haircut. We won't know about their existence until they attack us. Or we will. Aliens don't need to be intelligent or hostile. They could just be worms on Mars. That just means we won't know about them until the Martian worms attack us. Do not drink the water on Mars. Maybe they treat us like we treat pigs, cows, and chickens. I've always thought that we would be more like monkeys to them, and they would experiment on us. I've always thought, uh-oh, this one's becoming self-aware. The ape is masturbating. Again. The probes. Stop with the probes. I read an EC comic once, Weird Science, I think, along this exact line. Humanity found this planet and set off in great droves. They were let in with promises of such great riches and pleasures into what was an increasingly narrow corridor. They followed because the natural instinct of beings in a line is to follow. At the end of the corridor was a processing plant where the humans were cracked over the head with a huge hammer. The whole thing was a huge cattle factory, like how we turn cows to meat. I was thinking the same thing. If they are more intelligent than us, then what would stop them from treating us like we treat less intelligent species? Hopefully we would be regarded like dogs at least.